Okay, folks. This is my daughter's 2001 Honda Accord. We've been having problems with water getting in into the floorboard, wetting the carpet. And what I found out is that this drain tube, you see this brown tube coming down right here, that's a drain off the sunroof. I've seen several videos here on YouTube on how to fix this, and I think I've come up with a slightly better, although a little bit more labor intensive, but more permanent way to fix this. I've seen people drilling holes through the firewall and running a tube down through there and trying to attach it in here. Different ways trying to glue this back together, because this tube just kind of slipped into the, I don't know if you can see or not, there's a black boot that sticks into the firewall there, or into the wheel, drains into the wheel well. That hose right there just kind of slips into it. Now getting back in there, this one's on the passenger side, it's pretty tough. In order to get the hose back into the boot, you'll need some long needle nose pliers. I have a couple sets here, some straight and some with an angle on them. Makes it a lot easier. But in order to get to this, now what I've done, I've just slipped that boot back in there as far as I can. So what happens to these drain tubes over time is they kind of shrink a little bit, and which makes them, the other end at the top where it connects to the sunroof has a hose clamp on it, so it's not coming off. You can see here I fixed this one already. This is the factory hose clamp that connects to the sunroof here. So that end's not going to come off as the hose shrinks, but the other end just kind of slips into that boot, and it, as the hose shrinks, it just pulls itself out, and then the tube is just draining into the floorboard down here. Now to get to this back here, you'll need to take off this kick panel down here and your fuse panel cover, and unplug all the wires from the fuse panel and pull them down out the way. And then just take those needle nose pliers and you can work that hose back into the boot. Now, as you see up here, all I've done is took another piece of, this is 3/8 by 5/8 tubing, and I've got a plastic 3/8 to 3/8 hose barb between the two and a couple hose clamps. Now if you'll look over here, this is the driver's side. It was in the same shape, and I've already got this pushed back into the boot at the bottom, but you see how much we're missing there. It's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of gap there. So even if you could get it back into the boot, it's likely just going to pull back out. So I believe that adding this piece of tubing in here and pushing all the slack you can to the bottom, even if that hose shrinks a little bit more, which I don't think it will after this amount of time, I think that's going to take care of it. What most people don't realize is that their sunroof, all sunroofs leak to some degree. That's why they have these drains. But your sunroof actually has 4 drains. It's got 2 at the front at each corner, there and there. There's also 2 at the back, here and right there. Now the 2 at the back, I checked those. They drain through the wheel well in the trunk. Those were fine. They're not leaking. They're still attached. But like I said, I believe this, while it's a slightly more labor intensive because you have to take the headliner out to get to the bottom side of the sunroof to get to the drains, I believe this is a more permanent, better fix than what I've seen. Hope this helps somebody. Y'all have a great day.